Greetings, fellow traders. Bob Loading here. It's time for the lunchtime market update for Tuesday, February the 23rd, 2021. I hope everybody's having a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, well, let's check and see where we're at the market here today. So SPX down 42 points today. We've got an upper shadow here forming on the monthly chart. We're back below the upper Bollinger Band. And the weekly chart, we're taking that dark cloud cover down. So like we said, 60% chance it gets any follow through the downside. So now really the point is where are we in terms of this this wave 2 pullback? So it was actually a pretty decent move with that gap here today. We got a nice flush. We got really close to the 618 and a kind of a lower shadow at the 50-day moving average here. So now is the time, right, to see how this holds. This could be the ABC pullback right here. So let's go ahead and activate this and pull this down here. And see if this is it, right? So really at this point now, we're kind of an interesting area. If you look at what happened in the last pullback, right, we had the next day was green, and then we had a gap up, and we started to work our way up right here again. The key was getting above the ADMA, right? So we're pretty extended here below the ADMA here today. Let's see if we can catch up. Maybe we'll get a day or two, and then we'll see if we can work on this larger wave 3 up. So we'll see how it goes today. Otherwise, if we get any more downside action, right, we might see the macro upper trend line in the cloud. But right now, we're just going to kind of see how it goes going into the rest of the week. Again, Powell talk today. We got a little bit of volume coming in here today with the selling, so we might see some increased volume, especially if they can close it with a green candle. That would definitely be interesting here today. So volatility is pretty high, so it just with that big gap down this morning, so it made it tough on puts this morning with a lot of our regular names that we like to trade because the spreads were so crazy. But we did get some good opportunities here at the open. For instance, the overnight low breakdown today, just jumping into the futures, gave us a nice short here today to give a nice move, and then we bounced off of our signal zone for a good move. Retested this prior bounce area right here, which was another signal zone area before kind of just chopping its way back down here, but still just kind of choppy and grindy here going into the afternoon. So again, we might see some fireworks here into the end of the day, but again, who knows? We might be saving it for tonight. So we'll see how that goes right there. In the meantime, just kind of check your geometric lines here on your MES here, where it looks like we're bouncing right now. So see how this level holds, and at this point here, just kind of see how we hold this level into the afternoon. So this could give us some interesting levels of interest. Let's say with the Qs here today. Again, typically this name's been getting hit pretty hard, but this one bounced really early today. So we got a quick bounce off of there. Again, bear flag into the open for the quick short opportunity, but a big dip buy on this. Even though we didn't really see a lot of volume coming into the dip buy day, which made it a little bit more challenging. The IWM, again, this is one that's been on our radar for a while, right? And we'll probably be talking about it here this week on key sectors. But this is very similar, right? Quick flush of the open, quick dip buy on this, but again, on declining volume, and we're back in the 15 orb range. Really the key one to look at right here is the XLF. They generally held in pretty well. We had kind of 1 week candle here today, but it's been holding up pretty decently for the majority of the morning. It's kind of drifting down a little bit here as well. But some of the credit card names have been pretty decent today, and gave us a couple moves here this morning. Some good stuff there. Let's take a look at Apple. So Apple was tricky here this morning. It wasn't super straightforward. The reason is because a lot of times we still like to look at our pre-market levels here, and when volatility is high and spreads are kind of weak, we really need a clean setup, right? We did get a nice candle right here, which broke down here on the 5-minute chart, but it was declining volume, so it makes it really difficult to get in. So Apple's a little bit tricky there, and it was also even tricky on the rebound, same reason, because of the volume. Tesla, we had a little bit of a tool right here to get us going to the long side. Again, volume was a little bit tricky on this one on the bounce. We really didn't get any increasing volume here until here, and then we got a little bit of a push up to some of the prior levels. But kind of interesting around Tesla, but we're seeing a lot of call activity coming in our channel here today. So keep an eye on it here. See if it gives like a nice triangle breakout here intraday. And maybe it'll get us going here for a nice pop again later in the day here on Tesla. Maybe there's some news is brewing on it. NEO is one that we did point out on the short side here today. This one did give a setup. If we kind of get a little bit lower right here, I love the increasing volume that came in here. NEO ended up giving a down move here this morning, so that was a nice drop there on NEO. AMD was another one that kind of set up here this morning. Oh, and sorry guys, NEO was interesting. That was that gave an okay move, but I'll show you one that really ended up working here. AMD was pretty good, right? I would like to have seen a little bit more volume here. I'd like this one for a quick 15-hour breakdown, and then they quickly bought the dip off of that one. But SPCE, this really gave us a nice move right here. So I was very much a fan of this one. I like the increased volume off of this candle. It gave us plenty of room to the downside, so a nice 2-point move on SPCE today. So kind of interesting also as well today, some of the social media names have been showing some relative strength. So Facebook really pushed out of here today with a good move today. Again, spreads were a little bit funky on that one. And Snap here in intraday is giving a nice move right now. So definitely one to kind of keep on the radar here. I like the volume that's coming in here on Snap. So definitely one to keep on the radar. So good stuff there. Other than that, guys, a couple chart requests out there. So PLTR. Again, we got a nice bounce off of PLTR here today, guys, but at this point here on this big down move, it invalidated this potential wave one up, right? So at this point now, we're just kind of, waiting to see if it's trying to set up for something fresh, right? So PLTR is kind of a little bit blah right here. QS, again, inside day right here, kind of a down day here on QS. So again, below the ADMA, so just back in the blah zone. SBC we already looked at, but we'll take another look at it again here. So SBC, again, kind of a doji here on the day, but again, nice dip buy, but it gave us a good short opportunity this morning as well. CCIV, again, a nice move here as well on CCIV. So a good reclaim on this one. A gap down. This was a buy the rumor, sell the news type event here with its the SPAC deal with Lucid Motors. But they are trying to buy the dip right here. So see how it holds the 15 orb high going into the afternoon. And then a couple other ones here. So we got GME on the radar. So GME, let's see. So getting really tight right here today. But AMC was really the big one. This one actually had some real news on it yesterday, and opening up movie theaters right in New York City. So that's getting a little bit of follow through here to the upside. So good stuff there. And the last one of the Reddit names here that we can kind of take a look at here is Silver. So Silver again had a good strong candle yesterday, but a nasty gap down off of it here today. So anyway, good stuff, guys. I really appreciate the requests. I hope everybody has an awesome rest of your trading day. We'll see you guys in the market wrap, and until then, stay healthy out there and maybe risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game.